How's it going, everybody? Don't mind me, so not on top of everything here yet this morning. And you'd think I would be. I've been up since I don't even know what time. But Joe, welcome. Happy Monday, brother.
Yes,
How's it
good
going?
morning and happy Monday. Yes, indeed.
Yes. I hope everybody's weekend was good. I do. I do. How about you, Joe? How was your weekend overall? I'm gonna guess busy. It's always busy. You're always busy.
Yeah, it was good. Did a lot of yard work this weekend, so a lot of good
Nice.
exercise outside in the sun. And man,
Nice.
I couldn't have asked for better weather. Nice, cool, 75, 70. I don't think it went above 80. And then a lot of man, a lot. I got muscles that I didn't even know I had are sore. Like that's man, I was out there for a good while. So it was good. It was good outside. But that's
Nice.
pretty much what I did. And of course, trading, keeping up with the group.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, not a lot of outside weather today or this weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. The weather here was crap all weekend, pretty much rainy all weekend for us. And, rainy and, of course, maybe 50 degrees. So it's like, bleh, you know. But hey, I know Tech Man is in the house. Matter of fact, let's go give a quick shout out before we start going through here. Because Tech Man said he's mowing the lawn right here. Here he is. About to mow the lawn. Gonna listen while I'm doing so. So he's outside using some of those muscles he doesn't know he has either. Awesome. He said he just got back from Vegas after 7 days. So like, oh man.
Nice.
I told him he hasn't replied, but I was like, man, I hope you got some winnings to show for that.
And 7 days, like the odds are literally against you every day you stay longer. It's like,
I know. Facts, man. Facts. And Dylan's in the house. Welcome, Dylan. Appreciate you being here. Uncle Jesse in the house. Uncle Jesse emojis in the chat if you are a member. All right. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we're going to be talking, of course, about Bitcoin. We're going to look at the debt and the Doge as we always do. We're going to look at a blockchain that's breaking, I guess, kind of breaking news, kind of went down. I think they got it fixed. We're going to look into that. We're going to obviously talk about some increase in crypto fraud today and a warning from Robert Kiyosaki. So we will see. We're going to get into all of that. So you know the drill. You know the drill. Smash up that like button. Smash it up. Appreciate everybody being here. And listen, don't forget, right after we're done with all of this, we're going to be heading over and we're going to raid Joe's live stream and get us some education on how to trade. All right, Joe, what do you say? Shall we kick this thing off or what?
let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Let's start with this. Now, everybody knows Bitcoin conference pretty much done. Hence, we just got Tech Man back from Vegas over here. But I thought this was kind of like crazy. Ross's, everybody knows who Ross is, right? And sold at auction. His ID, his prison ID, sold at auction for 11 Bitcoin. Holy crap. That's all I got for that. Like, holy crap. That's insane. I don't know. I can think of a lot of things I might maybe kind of consider spending some Bitcoin on. This ain't it, and definitely not 11 of them. Just saying.
And
I don't know, Joe. What do you
just
think about
imagine,
that?
having so much money. It's like, I'd do $1 million. Just imagine having that much money.
I can't. I don't know about anybody else. I just can't.
Wow.
Automatic Beats jumping on in here. Welcome, Automatic Beats. Yeah, I just can't, man. I just can't. But there you go. He got himself 11 Bitcoin. And wait, it doesn't end there. We got a little bit more in the way of Bitcoin news right here. Someone donated 300 Bitcoin. So better upside, $30 million to him.
Holy smokes.
I mean, there was some rumors going around that he just like donated it to himself, blah, blah, blah. But I guess our blockchain sleuths that exist on X have disproven that. But that's insane. You were talking about $1 million, Joe. You're talking better than $30 million worth of Bitcoin right here.
Wow.
I know. That's like this. That's all I got for that. Just like poof, there it goes. Gold miner James in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you very much. Hey, speaking of gold miner James, he just jogged my memory. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself, Badell, and BC Port Corp are going to be live with Ali from Metalmark. We're going to be talking gold. We're going to talk about Metalmark. We're going to talk about its orums. I got a bunch. I have a full list of questions here for Ali. So we're gonna like barrage him with some questions. He said that being here on the live on a live stream is kind of his biggest fear. So we're gonna break him right on in. No, we'll be good to him.
He did great when he was on Crypto on the Rocks. He did great.
I know. I agree. Yeah, and yes, gold is rocking today. You're absolutely right about that. Back up over 34K. And yeah, Ali tonight, baby. Ali's gonna be here tonight. Maybe I don't think so. Or let's put it this way, Gold Miner James. I am not prepared for any. I'm not expecting any. So
there's always a chance. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're, special like doing comments, very active, and who knows?
That's right. Who does know? You never know. And listen, I hope all of you show up tonight and ask plenty of questions. I mean, I'm sure Ali wants to get that kind of information out there, and I want to help him get that information out there. Joe, your Aurum that you received, because you got one of those Aurums from Metalmark. Was that thing not beautiful or what?
It is. Matter of fact, it's right here.
Oh, you got it?
Did my camera just miss it?
Nope.
Oh,
I can still see you. You're good.
But yeah.
Hold on.
I got gold.
Oh my God. That was cool. Yeah, it is amazing. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Very happy.
So yeah, I'm actually in the process of editing that whole stream up right now. Let's put it this way. I've been editing at this point that particular Crypto on the Rocks live stream. I know I'm deviating, guys. I will get back to the news in a minute. For over 8 hours, and I am not even like halfway through the initial edit. I mean, it's just insane. And so far, it's over an hour long. And I'm trying to show everybody, you know what I mean? Like the whole progression of the evening. And so I'm literally taking just clips of this, but it's insane how much it is. And all the teaching, because Joe, remember that night, not only was the giveaways, but we had Daniel Diaz talking, giving us some education about sound money and all that kind of good stuff. So it was huge. It was huge. It was a good stream.
Yeah, it was a great stream. So many giveaways. It was nuts. But my camera is messing up because you can see how it's, the shirt's lighter and then darker.
Are you sure that's not because of the thing I've got up on the screen? How about now?
Oh, what did you have up on the screen?
I had comments up on the screen and part of it was covering your shoulder.
Oh, okay. I thought my camera was messing up. I was like, oh, no, not again.
No. You're good.
I do like the comments, though. I do like seeing them on there.
Yeah, so when I turn it back on, you see how it just catches the bottom part of your screen there. So BC Port Corp in the house. Speaking of BC Port Corp, right? We're going to be live tonight, 7 p.m., talking to Ali. All right, I guess we should probably get back to things. I love just kind of chatting, guys. I love just kind of chatting. And matter of fact, next week is my plan because I can't honestly fit it in this week. I wanted to do it this week, but I can't do it. I just got no more time. I'm going to do a members only live stream next week. And Joe, I'm going to see if I can't get you to join me. I know you got a lot of crap going on too, but I want to talk about how this system is broken, and how we need, MMT in general, how we need sound money. Yeah. A lot of things along that line, playing off a video I just saw today from Tom Bilyeu. And Crypto Princess is in the house. Welcome, Crypto Princess. Appreciate you being here. All right. And yes, everybody. Yes. Appreciate it. All right. Let's get back to things. That was basically all the Bitcoin news that I had. So let's take a quick gander at the fear and greed index before we let Joe kind of get in on things here. There it is. All right. So the fear and greed. Now, again, the fear and greed here resets in about 8 hours, give or take. So right now we're sitting at a 64. Honestly, with the way things are kind of coming, Bitcoin's kind of, looking pretty weak, in my opinion. I thought it would be a little bit lower than this, and it may come in, when it resets a little bit lower than this. Does this surprise you at all, Joe, or what?
Not really, just because we are starting to come up a little bit. But yesterday we were at 50. Well, when I saw it, it was at 50, and that one it looked pretty accurate, just because, well, we were still down, but starting to come up. But yeah, I think right now, I mean, it's a little higher than I would think. I would say maybe 55, maybe high 50s, but 64. I think it's a little high, but if we continue coming up, which we might, then that number may continue to go up.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? Why don't we let you take control of the show, and you can talk that through with your chart. You ready for that?
Very cool. Let's go.
All right. It's all you, brother.
All right. So this is a Bitcoin. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Before we get started, I'm going to do one of my pet peeves. It's like, oh, Joe, we just gave you the reins. I know, but I'm in control. I'm in control. All right.
I'm in control.
So, one of my biggest pet peeves is when you go to somebody that basically you want to know what's going to possibly happen, but they spend 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes discussing what already happened. And then when everything's said and done, in my opinion, I am more confused on what might happen based off of all the wishy-washiness that they just talked about. It's like, oh my gosh. So yesterday, I'm talking about the same thing as far as, people spending a lot of time saying what already happened. Now, granted, we do need to know what happened, but we also need to know your kind of projection of what you think might happen, because if not, you just told us a whole bunch of stuff that already happened, which doesn't help me for what might happen. So sure enough, yesterday, after saying that big old spill, I go and I watch somebody else, and I love the do to death. I love all these people. I love to do the do to death. And sure enough, 10, 15 minutes of nothing. He says what already happened, but then it's like, man, like, can you show what you think might? Oh yeah, sure. It's like, oh my gosh. So with that being said, I'm going to show you what already happened, but also my thought process of what might happen. So with that being said, here's Tom Cruise, Danger Zone. We'll get to that in a little bit, possibly. Of course, I go over this on my show every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 4. We do bonus streams, so make sure that notification bell's on. What we're looking for and we're watching out for is this range. This is a very important range. If we break below this range, there is an extremely high chance, notice my verbiage, notice my words, there's a chance, it's a very high chance that if we break this level, this is our danger zone. That's where Tom Cruise comes in. Normally, my danger zone is underneath the 618 on the fib retracement, but if we break this level, this is our danger zone. Why do I say that? Because we're going to crash and burn, potentially. I don't know, potentially. So if the price breaks this 101.719, this is on Binance chart, we may come down to potentially, to this level, which these diagonal lines, these are our trend lines from the previous season. And then I would absolutely love for it to come down here, 92 to 89-ish area. And what that is, this is a really nice area for it to potentially bounce. Now, we've been looking at this for many months, and I'm still sticking to my guns on this. However, the higher we go and the longer it takes, the less likely this zone is, has the potential of hitting. But if, and only if, we come down, and this was my thought process yesterday. Now, notice my thought process versus what you hear everywhere else on YouTube, where they spend 15, 20 minutes telling you what already happened, showing you the levels that are already touched, showing you everything that's not going to make you money. Here, let me just go and let me just move this up. Price action was here. I'm thinking that the price action may come up to here, my 0.5 level, then pull back, and then here's pretty much our next decision point. Is it going to come up or is it going to come down? I don't know. What happens? Price does come up to this level that I'm thinking I don't know what's going to happen. If I knew what was going to happen, I would be a millionaire. I don't. And I will tell you that right now. I don't know. However, I'm using the path tool to show you and not spend 15, 20 minutes of telling you a whole bunch of nothing for you to think that oh my gosh. Blood pressure medicine. Anyway, so then I'm thinking it's going to come down, and then here's my decision point. Is it going to bounce up from here, the top of the box, or a potential to come down? Now, once again, price did come up. Price came down to our decision point. So price went up. Price came down to the bounce that I thought might happen. We do a lower high, and then now we broke this. So now we're on the trajectory of potentially coming down. Our next level, this is why I trade level by level. Our next level is this right here, right around the mid-level of this box. Are we now going to do something like this, where it comes down here, and then now we're on this trajectory for this right here. But let's do this, and let's do this yellow. That way you know it's an updated, and let's make this a little thicker. So my thought process is potentially this, or let's see here. Get rejected here, and then potentially start on this trajectory again. So this is my thought process. Now, which way do I think it's going to go? I think we're going to do a bear trap. So what's a bear trap? A bear trap is when we come down just to fake people out, so that everybody can short, and then it breaks above this zone and it comes up. So this is my plan A. So let me go ahead and move this back down to where we had it right here. So this is my plan A. Now, if we zoom out, this is the more macro picture. This is what I'm thinking might happen. I don't know. Now, notice I'm not spending 15, 20 minutes on all this stuff that already happened. I want everybody to notice that, because this is easy. Anybody can do this part. This is the hard part. This is where it takes skill. And this is where I focus. I want everybody to notice that. Everybody else focuses what already happened. And it drives me nuts. And there are no magnets in crypto, guys. The only magnet in crypto is on TradingView, right here. So many people say stuff's magnets. It's not. It'll give you a bias. Don't do it, guys. Don't trust me. Verify. If I say that this PLC, if I make a PLC, this PLC right here is a magnet, what are you going to think? Here is a magnet. What are you going to think if the price starts coming down? It's going to go to it. That's what I would think. Why? Because you just said it's a magnet, but it's not. It could reverse at any moment. So for everybody who's saying magnets and like a magnet, it's giving you an unfair advantage, because you're creating a bias. So let's go back to the train. So now macro, I'm thinking we're going to come up, create a lower high, which is fine, come down, and then potentially, so here's my decision point. The yellow dots are always decision points. Then possibly bounce off of this to do another lower high, and the potential to come down. Come down to, we can finally come in and get this dumb area that I've been looking at and talking about forever. But again, we trade level by level. So if it does come down and it gets a decision point here, comes up to attack this high, then even better. Now we're on the trajectory of all-time highs, moon mission, FOMO city, but we cannot get up here until we break these levels here first. So this is why I trade level by level. If you want more of this information, make sure to tune in to me, to my stream every single day, Monday through Friday, where I do not say all this mumbo jumbo to make you think I sound smart or whatever. I tell you what I think might happen. Am I right all the time? No, I'm right a lot of the times. If I was right all the time, shoot, I'd be a millionaire. And I'm not here to blow smoke up your butt. Like, in my opinion, the majority of the people, where they'll spend all this time talking about what already happened. So that's all I got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. There you go.
I
You
had to
guys
get
heard
that.
it here
I had to
first.
get that rant out, man. I'm sorry, man. It
No.
just bothers me so much. And people watch my show, and I'm literally talking to them. I'm talking to them without calling out their names. I am literally talking to them, and it takes them a few times to kind of get it. Oh, I think he's talking to me. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And so, yesterday I had, there's people watching me and everything, and I'm, man, don't say what. I don't care. I don't care what already happened. It's not going to make me any money. How am I going to make money? So that's what I do. That's what I focus on, and that's the hard part. That's the part that takes skill. So,
Amen. And again, Joe's information in the description. If you're not already over there watching him, subscribe to him, well, shame on you. That's all I'm going to say. But sit tight if you're not, because everybody on YouTube is going to get forwarded over to his stream as soon as we're done here. And we'll go and get us more trading education. Lots of things going on in the chat. And I appreciate everybody and keeping that chat active, even all the magnets. And it's kind of funny. But yes, let's keep it going. All right. So we're going to look at the debt. We're going to look at the Doge. We'll have a little, or I would like to have a little bit of conversation about the Doge. And then we're going to look at the increase in crypto fraud. We're going to look at CZ trolling Gary Gensler, which I thought was hilarious. I made sure I put that on the thumbnail for this particular live stream because I thought that was great. And again, we're going to see what Robert Kiyosaki's got to say with some stuff. Where are we going to start? Let's go start with the debt and the Doge because I want to have a little bit of a conversation, like I said, about the Doge. All right. So when Joe and I were live last week, here's where we were with regard to the numbers. Let me bring it up full screen so you can see that a little bit better. Excuse me. For the debt, we were at 36,989 billion, and the Doge 475 billion. That's where we were this time last week. Here is the live clock. And you can see we're still in that 36 billion category, 927 billion. Did I say billion? 36 trillion, 927 billion. Now, again, still right around that $29 billion per week mark is where we're at here. And the Doge at $501 billion. Now, I don't know how much longer we're going to see these Doge numbers because pretty much they are elected officials have pretty much crushed, I guess, for lack of a better word, Doge and the ability to lock in any of this cuts in the waste and corruption that we see going on in our government. And that, quite frankly, just pisses me off and definitely going to be part of what I talk about next week when I do that members only live stream. Because I think it's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to like I'm gonna have to be after hours esque in regard to that live stream. So because it's really just pissing me off. And yes, BC, I was just about to say that we are creeping in on that $37 trillion mark. And unfortunately, it is just going to keep going up. It just is. I mean, Joe, do you have any initial thoughts? I'm sure you heard about the whole Elon tweeting, "Hey, I tried my best," kind of thing, and yeah, our elected officials not wanting to codify any of those cuts and.
Yeah.
Okay, I need the blood pressure meds. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, when it comes to that, I mean, they did a great job. You know, they shunned light on a bunch of stuff. I had no idea what was going on.
Right.
None. So they did shed a bunch of light on a bunch of stuff, which is good. I just wish they could be elected longer. However, with that, I do, I do like the fact that anybody who gets, in that position, they can't be there for the whole term, in case they were bad, So that also, that's protection. But these, like, I don't know if maybe they can get other people, and then like Elon is their consultant. I don't know. To where like Elon's running it, but I think they did a great job.
Well, I agree, and literally scraped the proverbial tip of the iceberg. That's it. And these elected officials don't even want to act like they're trying to clean any of it up. It's all theater. It's all bullshit because they're all on the take with regard to this. And I can get why. At some point you just got to be like, cut your loss and go. I mean, the guy doesn't need it. He's doing it for free. He doesn't need the aggravation, doesn't need the threats, doesn't need all this other crap. So, I mean, I completely get it. And, well, I'm glad I made you laugh there, Jesse. You're going to have to be there for that members only live stream because, yeah. And exactly, BC, nobody going to ratify that because, yes, it hurts their own pockets at the end of the day. I agree, man. And it's
sad.
It hurts my soul, man. It just does.
Same. It's like the wealthy continue to be wealthy and the working class continue to get stepped on because, I mean, this is exactly here. It's like we need to get rid of all this fraud and everything else and useless spending. And like we need, because that's where our tax dollars are supposedly going. But all the people who are in charge, they're like, no, we'll keep on doing it. Because it doesn't affect them, because they can just make them get more money with another charity or whatever that doesn't even exist. They're just getting all that money.
Right.
It's horrible.
And again,
I think they should all go to prison. They should all go to prison, man. And they know they're doing wrong. They know they're doing wrong.
Exactly. And they need to keep doing it in order to keep the system afloat. I mean, if you watch, well, help me, I'm going to butcher the name of that video series that Daniel promoted, The Secrets of Money, and watched that fourth video and rewatched it long enough to like get it in your head. That they can't stop the train from going off the tracks. The only thing they can do is keep spending until the train literally goes off the tracks. And yes, legal. There you go. BC, you got to join us for this live stream. Hopefully you'll be home. I'm not sure exactly the date and time yet, guys, so stay tuned for that. But going to be members only. And there it is. Joe, he's the man. He's the man. And yeah, episode 4. Again, if you've watched nothing else of it, watch that, then rewatch it, and maybe one more time after that.
I need to watch it again. And for anybody who hasn't seen this video, you're going to be just dumbfounded. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like it literally it'll make you sick. It'll make you sick,
Yes. And all the more reason for things like crypto, gold, silver, etc. And speaking of, yep.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And this is not foil hat theory, like, oh my gosh, it's none of that. This is like true, and this is what happens. This is how money is made, how money is recycled, how money is, duplicated. It'll blow your mind. And again,
Yes.
this is not, it's not foil hat theories or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it.
no, it's literally how the system needs to survive. It's just what it is. And Jesse, that's great. I mean,
I need to watch it
hopefully,
again.
yeah, I mean, like I said, 3 times. As simple as it is, it just blew my mind with the Ponzi of it all, I guess, is the for lack of better word.
No, that's the perfect word. Ponzi, 100%.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna move on now. Like I said, so watch, because I can already feel the veins in my neck here. But man, you can bet that John King's are current. Yes, exactly. Keynesian economics, for those, is what he's referring to, and MMT, modern monetary theory. And part of what we're going to watch is why Doge had to die in order for this system to survive. But anyway, again, members only live stream. You'll get that information. All right, let's get into what we had next. Now, I just saw this, so I'm going to actually put this link into the live chat because I did not get a chance to put it into the description. I try to put all the links in the description for you, so that way you have access and can go do your own research. But right here, I know we got fans of Toncoin. The Tom mainnet block production briefly halted due to a dispatch error. Now, supposedly, as it says right here, issue has been fixed and a report coming up soon. I think those reports are starting to come out. But for those who may be in trades, whatever, as a matter of fact, when I started the stream, I asked Joe, I'm like, man, are you in a trade? Did you hear about what happened? Because I know Joe likes Toncoin, but
how many hours ago was that?
That particular post was less than an hour ago. Well, okay, at the time I did it, so maybe a little over that at this point.
Okay. Yeah, because I checked it and it wasn't like dumping or nothing. You know, when you told me right before the show.
Yep.
So.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. And I mean, I know people who are supporters of the project are definitely like, they're like XRP people. They're supportive. That's it. It's they appreciate the blockchain. So, but I wanted to get that information out just in case.
That's very important information. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, let's keep moving on. And we're going to talk stable coins here at this point. And stable coins are now the 3rd largest buyers of U.S. short-term securities. I mean, ultimately, this is kind of what they want. This is how they're trying to prop up the U.S. dollar and how they're going to get these bonds and stuff sold, because nobody wants them. Right? Who wants U.S. debt at this point? We're downgraded. Our credit rating is downgraded, and it's only going to keep going down for many of the reasons we were just talking about when we were talking about Doge and video number 4. So it's like, anyway. So right now, 3rd largest buyers are stablecoins. I don't know. Okay, it is what it is. I mean, I guess they need somebody to buy it, right? Guess they need somebody. And stable coins. Okay, I'm not going to get down that rabbit hole because we only got 25 minutes before we're going to be at Joe's stream. All right, I'm going to keep going with the news here. Okay, I saw this and I thought this was interesting, but I've got it backed up with something else that I thought was equally interesting. So right here, Canary files an S1 with the SEC, obviously, to for a Crow ETF, a staked Crow ETF. So for those who don't know, who are maybe that you don't use crypto.com, you can get Crow token, which is their native token, and you can stake that token, and you get discounts on fees and all this other stuff for holding on to that token. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they give staking rewards as well, don't they, Joe? Do you know that off the top of your head?
I believe so. I'm not.
I don't stake it, so
yeah. I did stake it for a time so I can get their credit card or debit card. But
Right.
I guess they unstaked it because I checked it the other day and like I didn't have. Man, can you imagine that 3-4 years of staking that and all the coins I would have had? But I guess they unstaked it. So I don't know.
Huh. So yeah, they left it for a lock period. Well, okay. So now they just filed this S1 with the SEC, right? And here we go. Here we go. In the meantime, the SEC questions the legality of proposed Ethereum and Solana ETFs, citing concerns over staking. Hello, talk about a circle jerk with the government. Part of the reason why we need to have at least a regulatory framework with regard to these things, because until we do, we're going to get stuff like this. So I thought that was just like, okay, on this hand, we're taking the S1, but on this hand, maybe we're not going to allow it because, yeah, we're still trying to figure it out. Like, hello. And also saying stablecoins a good option because of the APY. Yeah, currently, you're right, that they are a good staking option, and most places paying a decent APY for your doing so. And yeah, well, I'm glad I could make you laugh. I don't know, maybe man, I don't know. I can get off on some serious rabbit holes sometimes. But anyway, before I get down those rabbit holes, let's talk about fraud. In this case, MEXC. They're reporting a 200% surge in fraud cases for the first part of 2025. Oh my God. Scammers are evolving fast using deep fakes, fake tokens, and deceptive listings to target users. And they break it all down right here. That is a huge increase. A huge increase. What, Joe? I mean, I know you use MEXC a lot, actually, right? For a lot of your
Yeah,
trading stuff.
MEXC and Blowfin. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anything you want to add with regard to this? Any thoughts? Whatever. Have you run into anything with regard, like scam type stuff with regard to MEXC?
Not really. I mean, I've done before where I'm looking for XY coin and I see XY coin and I get into it, but it's the wrong XY coin. It's like, oh man. I mean,
Right.
I've done that before. But as
Yep.
far as like anything, more than that, I haven't experienced it. But I mean, it's just so horrible that you think because it's on an exchange, it's not on DEX, it's not a decentralized, something that is on an exchange. So they had to go through some vetting. You would think that since it's on there, it's safe. But here
Yep.
they just said that no, they get tricked too. So you buy their token and boop.
Yep.
Yep.
And let's be honest. I mean, for most of these centralized exchanges, you're paying to get your token listed on the exchange.
Right.
So, they're looking for the money. It's like, show me the money. And they're not necessarily doing their due diligence either with regard to this. And just because go ahead. No. Go ahead.
Part of the due diligence, in my opinion, is having money to get listed. That to me, that's I'm legit. Or in this case, maybe I did a bunch of other scams. Now I raised, $500,000 or $1 million, and now let's go and do a coin on your exchange. Here's $1 million to list it, and then they okay, well you have $1 million, you must be doing, hopefully you're a legit company, but
right.
Oh man,
Facts.
it's so horrible. So.
And Jesse, that's okay. You can say F ETH. It's all good.
Nice.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I completely get it. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna do the members only live stream, and we're gonna get into it all set. So appreciate all you guys and the activity in the chat. Yeah, I saw that and I'm thinking 200% increase. And okay, one of the things that they mentioned there were deep fakes. And I shared something. I was almost going to bring it up for this live stream, and I didn't, because if you remember last week, Joe, what were we talking about? We were talking about the AI and the way it tried to stop itself from being turned off and all this other thing, right?
Scary.
And the latest thing with AI, they put out this version 3 of oh my god, I'm having a brain cramp on the name, but basically doing video that is so realistic now you can't even tell the difference. And I shared a post that was basically a deep fake of a supposed behind the scenes of the latest Marvel movie. And it was completely AI generated, fooled everybody thinking it was a legit thing from behind the scenes. Go check it out. It's on my X. We are screwed if AI is that good, Joe. I'm sorry. We just are. So imagine not just the scams in cryptocurrency. Can you imagine like, FaceTiming even with family? Why you should have like a code word with your kids to know it's them. You know what I mean?
Right.
The scams, the potential. I mean, it's been bad enough now. Calling, oh, mom, I need bail money, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Can you just imagine how good, if the AI is that good, you'll literally think it's your kid or your spouse or whoever.
Yep.
That's insane. That's insane.
It's crazy.
It's again, I need your blood pressure medicine. It's shit's getting scary, man. Shit's getting scary. All right, let's keep going. Because again, in about 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, we're going to be heading over to Joe's live stream. So again, if you're on YouTube, sit tight. We're going to be heading over there. If you're on X, appreciate you being here. We got a bunch of people on X. Thank you. But unfortunately, I can't forward you from X. So come on over to YouTube, and we will send you on over to his stream. All right, so here we go. SEC officially dismissing the lawsuit against Binance with prejudice. So basically that's it. It's a done deal at this point. And, they're saying here this move marks a turning point in U.S. crypto regulation, et cetera, et cetera. And I do agree with all of that. I think it is this administration very pro crypto, et cetera, et cetera. And to see, again, this whole, I was of the mindset that they really didn't have any jurisdiction here anyway. Again, this wasn't necessarily Binance US. This was Binance they went after, and the whole CZ thing and so on. And they shouldn't even been able to be involved in this, in my humble opinion. So to see that it is done and over with was very pleasing to me. Let's put it that way. And then this made me laugh. I thought it was huge. There you go. On the thumbnail for today's live stream. CZ after the dismissal trolling Gary Gensler. I love it. Crypto's still here with the clown nose. Perfect. Just freaking perfect. That's the way I see it. Oh my goodness. No. Here we go. Oh, the pineapple on the pizza thing. I love you guys, man. You guys are trolling me right now. Trolling me. Oh, shit. All right. Anyway, Joe, what do you think? Perfect picture, huh? Nice.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think it's funny as heck.
Yep.
Well, and crypto's always going to be here. No matter what they do, it's going to be here. Again, this is for the people. And if you do something to where we can't access it, we're going to find a way to access it, because now we know it's there. And it's a way for us to, like just back in the olden days, where we could barter, with our neighbor. Oh, I have 2 hogs. Can I get a cow or whatever? Yeah, sure. Boom. It was for the people. Yep. Then, of course, the government came in and said, oh, well, we got to tax you for your pigs and your cows and your land, and any transaction you do, we got to tax that. And then at the end of the year, you have to pay tax and blah, blah, and then your land and the stuff that you own, it's not really yours. So if we get upset with you, we're going to remove it. So yeah, it's what we need. So crypto is what we need.
Yes. And
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And before I didn't know any of this stuff, and like I'm so grateful for crypto because it's shining a light. And I remember the very first time, I know we're getting off track, but I remember the very first time I heard Mr. Powell said, "Well, we need the unemployment rate to go up." You know, I forgot what he was talking about, but you know, as far as the inflation and everything else, we need the
Yep.
unemployment rate. And it's like, why would he say that? Why would he, like, that doesn't make any sense.
You're
And then
right.
I started digging into it and trying to investigate. It's like, well, unemployment goes up. You can't buy stuff. You can't buy stuff. Well, people are gonna, get laid off. People get laid off. Unemployment goes up. So then it's reducing all the buying pressure. And I was like, this guy actually wants us to like get fired and not work and lose our 401k and lose our medical and lose just so that we, it's like, well, wait a minute. What's the, like, we're trying to reduce inflation. How does inflation even happen? Oh, printing money. So we're not even the cause of the thing that we're getting punished for. And oh
Mm-hmm.
man, I started learning all that stuff. It's like, wait a minute. So yeah.
And the sad part is that most people are still oblivious to it. And again, part of why I do what I do, part of why I'm doing this whole welcome to
It's a great
crypto.
series every
Yeah, man.
Sunday. What is it, at 7?
7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday. Tune in because they're premieres, and these are well edited and just well laid out for anybody. I've been in crypto for a little bit, and I'm learning a whole bunch. It's like, oh wow, I didn't know. And he's got a lot of great, very smart people on there. Army Piper, BC Poor Corp, and many, many others. And
Yes.
like, he just laying it out for anybody to understand. So I love the series, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And speaking of taxes, Joe was just talking about taxes. This Sunday coming, 7 p.m. Eastern time, me and BC, we're going to be doing just that. We're going to be talking about taxes. I mean, nobody really wants to talk about taxes. Let's be completely honest. Nobody wants to even deal with taxes, to be even more honest. However, we do. We need to deal with it. It's the system we've got currently, and BC and I are going to kind of break it down a little bit for you. I've leveraged Venice AI to help do that during that stream. So now, not only is it me and BC kind of giving you what knowledge we have, we're starting to bring a little bit of AI into it to help to. Which here I am. I was just talking about AI and how it's getting out of control, and I'm using AI, right? But it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. You got to use it, or you're going to get crushed by it. Is pretty much the facts of the matter. And because monetary management is highly complex, unemployment up means weakening of the money supply. Exactly. See, there goes BC with that big brain energy. Boom, putting it out there. And yeah. And I'm going to bet right now BC's at work. He's sitting there and doing this on a tablet right now, putting all this knowledge out. Tell me I'm wrong, BC. I know I'm not, but tell me I'm wrong. And yeah, Joe, since when did you invest in crypto? What? Joe, you're getting trolled by Jesse, I think.
Oh, it's all good.
I know. It's all fun here. It's all fun. All right. Got about 10 minutes. We're heading over to Joe's stream. So again, yeah, there it is. See, I'm 100% right. I know. BC doesn't see. Man, guy could be doing a live stream from where he's at right now, probably. Well, if he had the right tech, right? Anyway, all right, let's bring this in. Oops, wait a minute. There it goes. All right, so we know how much I love Solana. So anyway, Circle freezes 2 Solana wallets in Libra meme coin scandal, totaling $57.6 million. The freeze was ordered through judicial action involving both the U.S. and Argentine authorities. And here it's saying they're asking for more transparency with regard to this, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, again, I get it. You need to be able to do freezing, recall of transactions if you're going to be part of the current economy as it is. But again, I am no fan of any blockchain being able to otherwise freeze or whatever transactions. And there it is. See, I wasn't even expecting it this time. Automatic beats. Yeah, you caught me off guard, but there it is right there. Sold to the moon. There you go. I don't know. It hasn't really been going up that much. Joe, is that something you've been following? Has it been going up? I mean, I thought it's
I
been
follow
kind of...
whenever people ask about it, but So, Sui, Doge, those are all kind of in the same category. But
Yep.
Right now, the market, it's not great. Man, it's not great. This time, right now, we should be loading up for the next bull run. January, February, March should have been when we took off. Then April starts selling off because of May. Then in May, we kind of wait, let it reset. Then June,
Yep.
we start loading up again. July, we take off. August, September. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen. Man, this time around, I am literally supposed to already have land. That's how much money I'm supposed to be have right now. Right now, I don't even
Facts.
have a bologna sandwich. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
exactly. We're gonna get the ramen. But
yeah, I don't even have ramen for ramen. Come on.
yeah. Listen, I wasn't gonna ask this question. I thought about it and I was like, maybe not. Maybe we can make it a quick discussion. And yeah, I'm with you, BC. Zero. Okay. I think I'll just put it out there that we are not going to see an alt cycle this season. I think we're done with it. Well, okay, we may get a stray pump here or there, but as a whole, like we're normally used to seeing the alt cycle, done. My opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. Joe, what do you think? Am I off
It
base or
hurts
what?
my heart to hear it, but I do believe that it is true. I mentioned this also a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I did not want to realize it. I was focused on we're gonna make all this money just like how we did last time, and month after month is like, man, it's now we're having more data, and so finally about 3 months ago, and what brought it up was one of my members asked me about it. It's like, hey man, are we gonna have an alt season? I was like, dude, and then I said on the on live stream, I said, I don't think we're gonna have one. As much as I hate saying it, I don't think. Now we will have pumps. It'll be like a week, maybe two at the most, in my opinion, before it takes it all back or takes like 50, 75% of it, and then nothing for a long time. And so it's going to be trapping a lot people. And that's why this time around, like BC, Poor Corp, I'm just going to be doing Bitcoin. Like that's going to be my main focus for my investment, not my trading, but for my investment is Bitcoin. And then for my trading, I'll do some alts. But just knowing that my target is going to be really low. And right now, I mean, it's just so horrible. We entered a trade, I think, a day or two ago, and we moved to our stop loss because I wasn't liking how it was looking. And depending on where my members got in, they either got a small profit or a small loss, depending on where they got in. And sure enough, now it's just coming down, kind of going sideways, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
and then you see all these other people. Oh, look at this! But how many charts are they posting? Like, be very careful, guys. Be very careful. Don't let greed get to you, because that's how a lot of people are going to get tricked. So be careful.
And I'm with BC here. I agree. I really think, I don't know. I don't think we're much further on this current situation with Bitcoin and the upward movement. I mean, yeah, we may get another pump, but then I think that's it. We're done. I really do. I think we're done. And I agree with you. This cycle is different. And I've been saying it. And it's okay. I'm just going to put this out there. I am surprised by how many influencers, and I'll just put it like that, are still all about the 4-year cycle. Like, yep, we're coming into the alt season. It's going to be great. But like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because what I'm seeing, that's not happening, man. That's just not happening. Again, what do I know? Maybe I'll be sitting here in a week going, well, I was wrong, but What the hell am I?
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it for the algorithm or if they're doing it because they truly do believe it. But no, it was when we had the all-time high prior to the halving. That's when it went off the track. You know, it went off the rails.
Right.
And ever since then, we're in uncharted territory. And with all the adoption that we're getting, all the talk about we're getting, the humongous amount of saturation. I mean, if there's a more defined word than saturation, then that's what would fill in the blank. We are so overly saturated in all these meme coins and everything else. Like the ones that do are going to change the world, RWAs and everything else. Like they had no chance. Nobody's
agreed.
You can have the best project, you can have the best pattern, the best divergence, the best everything. But if you don't have the people, the volume, if you don't have the people behind the project, then the project's not going to go anywhere. So volume equals people, and if people are talking about it, that's where you want to go. You want to go where the attention is, and that's how people are making all this crazy money. You know, if there's a great project, no one's talking about it, it's not gonna move.
No, agreed. And everything's just diluted. And Dave P, that's the perfect face right there. And welcome, by the way. And that's the perfect face right there for all seasons. Like, you know, it's just what
it hurts my heart. I was supposed to be so rich right now. I was supposed to get all my money that I 4x, you know, minimum if I did absolutely horrible, to put it into this one to do another 5, maybe 6x, and that's like on the low end. Like if I just horrible trading, and man, I would have I would at least double my $14.
Okay, we got way down the rabbit hole on that conversation. Sorry,
I
guys.
love it,
though. Joe, do you need to bail on us to go get everything reset? Because we're just a few minutes away. Yeah, I know, right? So I told you we got down the rabbit hole, Joe.
I love being here so much that it literally felt like we were talking for 15 minutes. It literally did.
Yes.
So anybody who is here, not to worry. You're going to get forward to my stream. We're going to talk more about crypto, more about just the reality of trading. I don't, do all this smoke up your butt or nothing like that. No empty dreams, empty promises, nothing like that. I show you the reality of trading. I show you the reality of just the psychology of trading. That to me is very important. But if you're on X, come on over here to YouTube. Make sure to smash the like. You're going to get forward to my stream. And we're just going to kick back, have a good time, and talk about crypto, talk about whatever it is, answer your questions so you do not have to pay a mentor $99 an hour, which is ridiculous, to answer your questions. Ask me. So I do thank you guys very much. We'll see you on the next one. Well, in a few moments, because hopefully you'll be coming over to mine. I do thank you guys very much. We'll see you soon. Take care.
All right. Thanks for being here, Joe.
All
right, guys, I do want to hit a couple of the comments real quick, and then I want to hit that last piece I had from Robert Kiyosaki. So we'll get to that. But BC right here, I got people in the Piper Academy community that couldn't come to Vegas because they listened to YouTubers telling them to load up on these shit. Yeah, exactly. While Piper Academy saying take profits. I love the DCA plan. Facts. And you got everybody agreeing with you. It's sad because I saw the influencers, they were paying that. Yeah. See, but the community couldn't be there. We talk about that all the time, right? We talk about that all the time. Okay. Man. Okay. I want to get to this last piece because I could go down that rabbit hole here real quick. But let's get to this tweet from Robert Kiyosaki. I want to kind of read through this real quick. As I predicted in my book, and he talks about, he wrote it in 2013, the biggest crash in history is coming. I am afraid that the crash time is now through the summer. We're just talking about things coming into the summer, right? And if you watched Army Piper last night, on the premiere of that video, what did he talk about? He talked about the delay of this potential recession coming within probably the next few months. So here we are. Anyway, unfortunately, millions, especially his generation, boomers, are going to get wiped out when the stock and bond markets crash. The good news is millions who are proactive are going to become, or may become, very rich. And over the summer, as stocks and bonds and real estate markets crash, billions will rush into gold and silver and Bitcoin. Part of why I want to do that members only live stream. We're going to talk a lot about this. Anyway, the biggest bargain today is silver. In 2025, silver made 3x, he says. I saw something today that said much higher. Right now, silver at about $35, but 3x puts it into like just over $100. I saw things for much higher than that, or predictions for much higher than that. The bottom line is this: sound money, sound money, sound money is where you need to be. And we're going to be talking more about that because, yeah, it's coming, folks. It's coming. And, I wish I could even say my kids are all, no, they don't listen. They don't listen. But we just got to keep going out there and, yeah, just putting it out there. All right, let's give you the last recap here of what's going on, and then we will head over to Joe's stream. All you gotta do is sit tight and we will forward you over there. So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, myself, Bedell, BC Port Corp, we're going to be talking with Ali from Metalmark, speaking of sound money, and we're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about his business. I've got an entire list of questions here to be asking him. And so hopefully it'll be a great stream. Hopefully you guys will be jumping in the chat and be giving your questions to Ali so we can get all of those answered. And yeah, it's going to be a great live stream. So make sure you are around 7 p.m. Eastern time today for that. Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Joe and I will be back, do a midweek check-in, make sure everything is, or not see that it is. We'll tell you where it is. How about that? That's better. And then, of course, this Friday, we'll be back at it 7 p.m. Eastern time for Crypto on the Rocks. I'm going to hit this last comment, and then we're going to head on over and crash Joe's stream here. Silver demand isn't there for a 3x, in my opinion. It's 20 easier to silver. Don't use it for coinage anymore. That's, yeah, the argument for the better than 3x that I saw was that the demand will be there because of not just coinage, but for industrial uses, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. Either way, whether I appreciate your opinion, and I don't know. I'm personally be a little bit shocked if it did that, but we shall see. All right, folks, that's it. We're going to head over to Joe's live stream right now. Make sure when you get there, you put CCM Raid in the chat. Let them know where you're coming from. I appreciate everybody being here today. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Hodl the Line. All right, let's go see Joe.